Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do something a little bit different and talk about some of the games that I've been playing recently. I've been dipping into my back catalogue and playing games that I've missed when they first released. So let's take a look at some of them. This will be an informal video, kind of a mini review / overview of the games. So I hope you enjoy. If you do, give this video a like. Starting with the game that I've been wanting to play and finally got around to playing it, Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush is from Tango Gameworks and it is a rhythm-based action game. To summarise the story, the main character Chai becomes infused with his iPod during an upgrade to his arm. This makes him an instant public enemy, and he also receives the ability that he can hear the beat of everyone and everything around him. One good thing about this game that I found really helpful was that it's quite forgiving for a rhythm game. So whilst you do perform better if you do hit in time with the beat, you don't necessarily have to in order to play through and beat the game. There's also a guide you can turn on and off at the bottom of the screen that's really helpful. As it is a rhythm game, the music is really important and it hits every note. Definitely a great game, and it's not too long as well to play through. It's colourful, it's got this really cartoonish vibe, and I can see why everybody gushed about it when it first came out. It does live up to the hype even now. So definitely one to check out if you aren't really sure of rhythm games but you do like action games or you do like the stylized look of it. It's a lot of fun. Another game that I've gone back to play just recently is Blue Reflection. Not the second one, but the very first one. Now the reason I've gone back to play this was in Australia. I couldn't find it on the PlayStation Store. I'm not sure why I wasn't able to find it. However, Video Games Plus did do that recent reprint and they had some stock left over. I didn't pre-order it. At the timing when they had the orders go up is not good for Australian time zones. But they did have some stock and I'm not sure if they still do. I'll link below if they do. So I've jumped into this one. It's the first time I've ever played through Blue Reflection and the story is really cute. It is a turn-based JRPG. It centres around a girl who transfers into this in which her classmates have issues and she can be transported into their will, their consciousness almost. It's like another dimension, and she fights the enemies and basically helps them to work through what's happening. It's a really cute story. It's got Sailor Moon-esque anime transition scenes when they transition from their school uniforms into their magical girl outfits to fight the enemies. There's also multiple characters in your party and it's a nice little strategy. At the top you can see the order of the moves. There's regular attacks, there's also attacks that use, I guess, MP. It has a solid grounding. I did find it a little bit easy so far. I haven't fully finished it yet, but I am enjoying it whilst I play through it. Now, another game I've just played through again is the original Pikmin, but this time on Nintendo Switch. So this only just came out and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it, so I spent all day yesterday playing through it, and it does live up to how it was back when I played it on GameCube. I am a massive Pikmin fan though, so I definitely enjoy those games. And the bundle wasn't too expensive considering you get both games and considering the price of these games on the GameCube. It's definitely worth checking out if you've never played them before. In essence, Pikmin are these little creatures, and the first one is just your standard red, yellow and blue. Red are immune to fire, yellow can be thrown really high places, and blue can go in the water. That's how they're differentiated. And you control them as Olimar to collect your spaceship parts so you can essentially escape the planet you've crash landed into. Now, I've also been playing my PlayStation VR. So I bought the PlayStation VR 2 and I wanted to talk about a particular game that I've really been enjoying, and that's Pistol Whip. So Pistol Whip is a rhythm game in which you shoot the enemies as they come on the side of the screen. It's almost like a on-rails shooter in a sense because you are just going on a track. However, the track you're going on is just a straight path. Now, it gets its name because if an enemy does come up in front of you, you can use like this sort of a motion and it will pistol whip that character. It's got a very short story mode and then a few other tracks. And it is definitely a game that if you're not used to virtual reality, I found it was really helpful to overcome the nauseous feeling that I had when I played some other game. The more I played that game, the more I got accustomed to virtual reality, and I think it is just because it does go on this straight linear path. It doesn't move too much, that it's really beneficial. Another virtual reality game I've been playing is Kayak VR, and that game is really calming. It's just got lots of different environments. I think there's about 4. It's got different times, like daytime and nighttime, and the environments change depending on that. Certain areas you can see different animals. For example, there's one where there's a turtle and you can swim right up to it. There is a race element to it. I personally haven't been too tempted to play the racing segments. I just enjoy the tranquil kayaking around the oceans and the waterways. One thing with this though is it is quite tiring on your arms. I think the motion controls are actually very realistic for this game, so it's not something that I can play for hours on end. Another game I've jumped back into recently is 2 Point Campus that had a DLC released not too long ago called School Spirits. Unfortunately, this DLC is only 1 level though, and it's a little bit of a shame that there wasn't more, such as with Space Academy where you had 3 new levels, because I really liked the mechanics involved. So the level's called Lifeless Estate, where you basically teach either like the Ghostbusters or spirits. The ideas, although fleshed out, it is rather limited with only 1 new level to explore and experience these options via. Finally, I've picked up the Final Fantasy 16 demo and have played about an hour of that. I'm not sure how long it goes for. I'm not sure if I'm 100% convinced on this game yet. I wasn't a fan of Final Fantasy 15, and I think that was due to the story. It was a very much bros culture, and I'm not the target audience for that. However, the setting being more medieval in this one is definitely more appealing to myself, and the gameplay is really good. The combat seems really fleshed out. It seems really great action combat. I'm just not 100% sold yet on the story, so I'll finish that demo off and then have a good think about whether or not to play that. But what do you guys think? If you guys picked that one up, have you played through the demo yourselves? Let me know in the comments below whether or not it is worthwhile picking up the full game. With that, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.